Okay, I want to welcome everybody, welcome again to another video. Here in this video in Blender 2.8 I'm about to be making some basic props now, like walls and certain areas like that. Okay, we're still going to use this ruler. Okay, I've been using this ruler to help me make like various setups for windows and doors, and we're still going to do some more of those when we do. But for this video I'm going to use it to measure, okay, the height, and I'm going to use the cube and I'm going to use the ruler to help me measure the height of certain things I'm going to be using. Okay, here what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, I don't really need the cube itself. I'm going to just turn it into a thin sheet and I'm going to make it into like a wall. We're going to start working with walls. I think we need to have walls, you know. So yeah, basically we do need to have walls. I'm just thinking about a couple of things here though. I may need to check in a moment, but before we do check, I'm just going to do a couple of things. So it's very, very simple actually. I'm going to make some walls and fences. Okay, walls and fences and stuff. I'll just put them into my props. What do you call it? I'll just put them into my props folder. You know what I'm thinking about it? Oh, it's okay. I'm not going to bother. So I'm just going to make a simple wall from the ground up. Obviously, you know, there's a basic wall there. And it's going to have to be shorter than that. Obviously, it's going to go right up to where we got that there, but you know, and it's going to be right down to the ground. Obviously, well, obviously, I know an easier way of doing this. Actually, a very, very easier way of doing this. I can actually undo all that just to show you. Actually, even if you want to get something a good height, okay, and you don't want to bother moving the axis, the spawning, what do you call it, point, like this target thing. Because I'm lazy with that. Just go into edit mode and choose the top face of the thing, if you like, or whichever one you want to do. But I'm going to go down to this tool here, shrink and flatten. Just shrink that down, man. You know. And it's the same really. If I scale it on the other side, it's going to do the same thing. So you know, why bother? Just click on there. To me, it seems like the equivalent to like, you know, SketchUp push and pull tools, if you're familiar with SketchUp. And that's what I had. You know, I've had so much worry in the beginning. I was really worried because I was thinking about, heck, how the hell am I gonna, I don't know how to I didn't know how to use the tools, you know, how to use Blender, you know. I'm still currently learning it, you know, but it's like I'm used to SketchUp, so you know. But it's here, you know, so clicking away, clicking this face now. Same thing, I can shrink it, you know, get the feel of the thing and then just know, you know. So really looking at this, really that's all I need, isn't it? I don't really need much else. I can make railings and bars and different things, you know. It's very, very easy to do actually, very, very easy to do indeed. Plus you can still make arrays and stuff of different things. So fences and walls are very simple to do. I could even just shrink it down to a smaller, lower size, even to make lower walls and things like that. And you're going to have different kinds of walls of different heights anyway, aren't you? That there is not resting totally on the ground that we can see, so I will need to move that down a little bit. Oh, hold on. Click on the whole object in object mode. Move it down a little bit further. I'm going to move our ruler aside for a moment so we can see. Okay, now I'm just going to select the object, just the object, okay? Making sure that object is selected. File, export, Collada. Choosing my place where I'm going to save it as usual. Okay, here, bang, bang. I didn't make this music, by the way. It's just background music I found online, free to use. It says. Okay, so I'm going to put in wall, fence, or fence, you know, piece. Okay, piece. Okay, there we go. Wall or fence piece. There we go. Simple. It's actually a wall piece, isn't it? But I'll just leave it like that. I just could call it just wall then. Let's just call it wall. Okay, let's call it wall. Now I do need to check something, okay, before we start messing around. I need to try something else. Open up a general new one. Okay, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go File, Import, and I'm going to import a couple of models that I've made before we move any further. It's something to do with the textures. I've got a problem here. I'm going to bring in one of these, okay, urban textures. So, for example, single floor building parts. What do we have? I'll choose the Windows one. That there. Okay. There's a couple of things I'm a bit worried about with this. Okay. Those are basically. I think I need to go into edit mode. Do I? Yes. I'm not too sure, but I mean, look at these triangles that it's giving. It's giving some damn triangles to that thing, ain't it? Ain't it curves, you know? It's almost like it's forcing me to have to get rid of the triangles first or something. I'll just add these textures first or something like that. I don't know. This is the exact problem I'm looking for. Okay, by the way, guys, these triangles, are they going to give my textures a problem? That's a good question. When I go to add textures, you see, now it's a question. So let's go in, right? Let's go to textures. So we'll fix it out, you know. Add. Shit, hold on. The material is blue. We're going to give it a blue for everything right now. I'm just going to go into rendered mode just quickly. I'm going to give it blue, and I'm going to add another texture to the windows. But I mean, it just seems like I don't need to double click all the time on these damn lines or triangles rather. So that's set to blue, but this, okay, I need to add another one in. I think it shouldn't be a problem, but it's just apart from I have to keep clicking them all, but whatever. Yeah, it should be okay. Material 2 will turn to red windows. I'll click assign. Okay, it did work then. It's okay, no problem. I was just worried about it, you know. It's no big deal, it seems, but you know, at least you can do it. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to general. That's okay then. I just wonder because I knew. But no, we're still not okay with that, are we? We're still not finished with that, really. Because the problem comes when we need to... When I need to add certain textures on. I don't want the textures to be chopped up and looking so weird within a triangle setting, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like funny angled textures, like a straight fence, let's say, and the pieces are just going all over the place, following the shapes like the triangles. We don't want that. So to go into this again, it should be okay though. Probably just a case of fixing stuff up. What I'm going to do is these are not actual proper models with like any textures or anything currently. Okay, so I'm going to turn this to whatever. I can change the base. Well, I'll just change it to yellow for now. You know. Go here, whatever. Could have chose look dev mode. I've just gone into rendered view. I need to stop this recording in a moment, by the way, and start a new one. Okay, sorry guys. We're going into edit mode so we can see what we're doing. Select. I'll just select a couple of parts here, and in the next video I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, so see you in the next video.